right, I've got another puzzle here that I'm excited to try. It looks like a lot of fun. This is by the legendary Phistomefel. Now, Phistomefel has done some very hard puzzles in the past, and some more approachable approachable-ish puzzles. Approachable is a relative term when you're talking about Phistomefel. But this one has 4 stars for difficulty on Logic Masters right now, so I'm hopeful that it will be doable. And this was just posted a couple days ago, so it's pretty new, and I thought it was a really neat idea, and I just had to try it. So, all right, so here's the puzzle. It's called Nonconsecutive Renban, and I thought it was really interesting. So we have pretty basic rules here. We've got normal Renban rules, so all of these lines are a set of consecutive digits in some order. So this could be 1, 2, 3, but it could also be 1, 3, 2, or 3, 1, 2, 4, 6, 5, something like that. Just some sort of a set of consecutive digits in some order. These are 2 lines that cross each other in box 2, by the way. And then we also have a non-consecutive constraint. So digits that are adjacent cannot be consecutive. And that includes our Renban lines, which is really interesting because Renban means you have to have a set of consecutive digits, but our non-consecutive means those consecutives can't be next to each other. So I think that's going to create some really interesting logic, so I'm excited to try this. Link in the description, as usual, and you can try this yourself. I am going to give it a try now, and we'll see how it goes. So let's reset the timer. All right, so this box 5 is looking interesting to me because so we know these 4 have to be consecutive, a set of consecutive digits. But like this one can't be consecutive with either of those. So it's going to have to be consecutive with that one. Now, do I want to, how am I going to mark these? Should I color ones that are consecutive to each other? I'm going to do that for now. I may change my notation. I'm not sure the best way to do this, but all right, let's look. This one is 5 cells long, so we know there has to be a 5 on it. Could the 5 be there? That's an interesting question. Because if the 5 isn't there, then we know the 5 is on this line, and if the 5 is on this line, this 4 length one would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, 9. The only way this one is anything besides one of those 2 is if the 5 is over there. Okay, well, let's just think about the non-consecutive for a minute. This one can't be consecutive with any of those, so it has to be consecutive with this one, okay? So those 2 are consecutive. And this one, okay, so then this would then have to, so if you kind of think of it, I'm going to use letters maybe instead of numbers because we don't know what the numbers are, but this is essentially A, B, and then C is going to have to be over here because this can't be C next to B. So A, B, C. But then D and E can be, and this could be C, D, E, or C, D, E, or C, D, yeah, so. But, right. So let's imagine this is a 5 for a minute. If this is a 5, what's this? Well, we know these 2 are consecutive. So this is a 4 or a 6. Let's just say 4 for now. It's kind of the same either way. You're doing one direction or the other. 4, 5, these would have to be 6, 7, and 8, right? Or if this was 6, 5, these would be 4, 3, 2. What's going to be in this now? We only have 1, 2, 3, 5, and 9. How are we going to do 4 digits that are consecutive using 1, 2, 3, 5, and 9? The only way that we can have a 5, another way to think about it is, the only way we can have a 5 on this line is if there's a 5 in there, like we said, But if there's a 5 on here, it would also have to have four or 6. Right. It would have to have 4 or 6 because you have to have something consecutive to the 5. But this is 4, 5, and then the 6 has to be somewhere on one of these because we can't have the 3 in there. Or this is 6, 5, and then the 4 has to be somewhere in here. And if you have the 4 and the 6 on here, there's no way you can put a 5 on this line. So whether the 5 is here or not is irrelevant to the options for this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, 9. And this one can't be consecutive to those. It has to be consecutive to only that one. So this is going to have to be one of the extremes. So 1, 4, 6, or 9. This is 2, 3, 7, or 8. That's a lot of options still. I don't know if I want to start writing in all those options. What I'm wondering is, the best way to notate this. I'm actually thinking that instead of colors, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use corner notation to signify the order of the Renban. Now, this is going to be, so I'm going to call this 1 and 2, and then these are 3 and 4. Now, that doesn't mean it has to increase. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be 4, 3. This could be 4, 3, 2, 1. But my point is just that these two are adjacent, and then this one is adjacent to one of these, and they're adjacent to each other. So the numbers are more just, yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Now, the same thing I can do up here. This is a 1, this is a 2, and these are 3, 4, and 5. This one can't be 3. And this is only applied locally to that line. This 3 and 4 means nothing relative to these 3s and 4s. Oh, these are actually, these should not be center mode. 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to use corner notation. Hopefully this will help. So we know okay, and this being 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, 9 means yes. And okay, right. So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, let's just imagine this is 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. These are from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Could this be 1, 2, 3, or 4? That's the question I want to know. Could this be essentially a 4? It would have to, I mean, most likely it's going to be at the extreme edge. But it can't because, again, we have cells on both sides sequentially, right? So if this is a 4, we have to have a 3 and a 5 on here somewhere. And so this has to be the second. This cell has to be this one, is what I want to say. I'm not sure the best way to say it. Hopefully that makes sense. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, this has to not be 1, 2, 3, or 4 either, essentially. This can't be one of these digits because you have to have digits on both sides sequentially on this line from that one. The 1 here and then the 3 in one of those. So if this was one of those digits, another one of those digits would be over here, essentially. And so these 5 are from the same set of digits as these 5, and since these 4 are all in the same box, these 2 must be the same digit. Hopefully that makes sense. And then, so let's go ahead and make this the 2. I know this is going to be confusing because I'm using the numbers locally, but since these are the same now, we can make this the 2 because these two can't be the same. Or can't be, sorry, they obviously can't be the same. They can't be consecutive. And so if these two can't be consecutive to each other, what are they consecutive to on this line of consecutive digits? They both have to be consecutive to this one. So these are the same 1 and 3 that are on this line up here. And in fact, the 1 has to be right there. These two are the same digit, which means this is not the 3 because this one has to be the same as the 3 that's on that line. So we can do this. Now that means there's a purple up here and a green over here, and they're not consecutive. They're difference of 2. What I'm wondering is this line here has the same sort of deal as here. These two can't be consecutive. So this has to be sort of the middle of the 3. Oh, and green, right. So these two have to be consecutive to each other, and green is not consecutive to purple. So you can't put both of those on there, but you could put one of them on there, couldn't you? You can't put purple and green both on here, but you can put one of them, and you can put them on here if you had orange in between, which looks like it would work. Okay, if this is purple, yeah, we don't necessarily have orange okay, if this is purple, we don't necessarily have to have orange on the same line. Because remember, this I called this 1, 2, 3, but this is just meaning it's at the extreme end of the set on this line. It doesn't have to be a 1 or a 9. It could be a 5, in fact. And so this could be, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so then you could have 5, 4, and 3 on here. So you don't necessarily have to have orange on here because purple is the extreme end of that line, but not necessarily an extreme. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Now this one, though, you'd have to have orange up here in one of those two, and you could not have green. But again, you could do orange and purple and the other one. Just like on here, you could have the other one. Now, on the other hand, if we have orange on here, you would have to have a purple or a green. Because the orange, we know the purple and green are the consecutive digits to the orange. We have an orange over here. Oh, could this be orange? This can't be orange. Right, so this is the same kind of deal. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to use the pen tool. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the pen tool on CTC's web app, but there is a button for the pen tool. And then you can draw lines either on edges or between, kind of a castle wall type of deal. You can put X's, and then you can also click in a cell and do a circle or an X. And I am going to put a circle on all of these, indicating that's the middle of the 3 consecutive digits, because it's kind of the pivot point, I guess, is sort of how my brain's thinking of it. It's got to go, go back, okay. It's kind of got to go X, circle, X in some order. So I'm going to mark those middles just to kind of help me. Now this is the middle of this one, so maybe I'll mark that too, but I've already kind of got that marked. Okay, and so So the point was, where does the orange go? Over here. We have orange and orange. The orange has to be in here. If this is orange, these two have to be purple and green, and clearly they cannot be. So this can't be orange. So the orange is in one of those. And so and purple and green are consecutive to orange. Purple and green both cannot be in this row. Well, let's just take them one at a time. Purple cannot be in here, obviously, because of that. But purple can't be on either of these cells because it would be next to an orange if it was in either of these cells. And purple and orange are consecutive, so they can't be next to each other. So it can't be in any of these. Could purple be there? No, because orange would have to be in one of these two. Because remember, this is in between. These are the two cells on either side of that one consecutively, and we know purple is on one side of it. So purple can't be in any of these. Purple is down here. Now green, I think, is going to be the same way. Green can't be in here. It can't be here. It would be next to an orange. And if it's there, you would have to have an orange up here. So purple and green are both down here. Now purple and green are not consecutive to each other. So that's not a problem for them to be next to each other. But they can't be next to orange. So purple and green can't be right there because they would be next to this orange. So these are purple and green. And since this is a purple or a green, this can't be orange. Orange is right there. That was wild. Okay. All right. I don't know what that does for us, but that is orange. Okay, let's continue with that. So orange can't be down here. Orange can't be next to purple or green, so it can't be right there. So orange is in one of these two. There's orange. Now, if this is orange, remember, orange has purple and green as its consecutive digits. If this is orange, this has to be purple or green, and it can't be. So orange is right there, which puts orange up here. This is insane. Okay. If this is orange, this would have to be purple, but that's okay. Orange, purple. And then this would be the other side of purple. If this is orange, this would have to be purple, and this would have to be the other side of purple because it can't be green. So if this is orange, this is purple. If this is orange, this is purple. If this is orange, you could put purple in either of those spots. So the only way this is purple is if this is orange. We know green is over here. Green... And we know that green and orange can't be on the same line because green and orange are both over... Oh, but green and orange can't be consecutive. Green and orange are consecutive digits. They can't be next to each other. This one, if this is green or orange, the other one will be consecutive to it. That cannot be green or orange. These are green and orange. One of them is orange, and wherever the orange is... No, it doesn't have to have the purple, does it? If you put purple here, you have to have orange. No. Yes. Wherever you put the orange, right. Okay. Either spot here, wherever you put the orange, you have to have a purple or a green because there has to be a consecutive digit on the line somewhere, right? Wherever you put the orange, you have to have a purple or a green. The green is on a different line than the orange, so the orange will have to have the purple on its line. This is not purple. Okay. Now, one of these is orange, purple, and the other side of purple. So we do know that this is not... So that has to be a 5. Purple's a 5. Purple is 5, and here's why. we said this line had to be 1 through 5 or 5 through 9 in some order. And this one has to be one end of it. So it's either 1 or 5, or it's 5 or 9. And it can't be 1 or 9 because we've just shown up here that we need to do orange, purple, and something on the other side of purple from orange. So it can't be 1 or 9 because those only have one digit that's consecutive. So it has to be the 5. Now this could be 1 through 5 or 5 through 9, but either way the 5 is right there. So this is 5. And so the orange then is 4 or 6, and the green is 3 or 7. So if we can show that this is green, that'll give us the 3. But it could be down here, I think. Because this could be 5, 6, 7 with 8, 9, or 5, 4, 3 with 1, 2. But remember, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is, again, one of the extremes, and it can't be 4 or 6. So this is 1 or 9 with 2 or 8. And these are 3, 4, or 6, 7. This one is 4 or 6. It's the same as this one. This is also 4 or 6. There's a 5 down here. No, there's a 5. Okay, so if this is 5, 4, 3, or 5, 6, 7, if this is orange. If this is orange, this has to be 5, 4, 3. Orange would have to be 4. 4, 3. Because it couldn't be 5, 6, 7. No, sorry. That's wrong. Because it's the other way around. It's 4, 5, 6. So these are actually, if this is orange, these are 4, 6. Okay, right. If this is orange, this is purple, and these are a 4, 6 pair. If this is purple and orange, if that's green, it's a 3. 5. That would make this 3, 4. So there's a 4 up here either way. Is that true? Yeah, that's true. But what does it tell us? Okay, this is, I'm gonna mark this, we don't know. One of these two is the digit on the other side of purple from orange. If it's orange, purple, I'm gonna call it the dark gray. So one of these two is the dark gray. We don't know where, so because it's either orange, gray, purple, or orange, gray, purple. We know that. And that has to be the other of the 4, 6. Right? The other side from the orange. And so that gray has to be on this line. It can't be right there. It also can't be these because we know it's the 4 or the 6, so it has to be that one. Either way, no matter where this is up here, this has to be the gray. And so this has to be the 3 or the 7, the counterpart to the green. And so that is going to be consecutive to this one. So we go 1, 2. So in our order, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4 as far as being consecutive. So these two are consecutive. These two are consecutive. And so we know one of these is orange, gray, purple. The other one is going to be green and can't be orange, so it's got to be green. And then these two. These two have to be the other ones on the line with the green. And this one can't be there. It will have to be over here. So this, I'm using too many colors. Okay, we'll make it red. Has to be over here. Whichever one of the green is on, the red has to be its counterpart. And this one, let's do the lighter gray, will have to be in the middle here. Which then means what? But we still don't know which one of these goes which way. Green, gray, red, or green, red, gray. If it's up here, then it has to be green, red, gray. If it's here, actually, either way. So, right, if it's up here, it's green and gray are next to each other and they can't be consecutive. If they're down here, the green is next to the gray there and they can't be consecutive. So either way, it's got to be green, red, gray. This is the 4 and this is the 5 in the sequence. This is still the 1. I should probably... Oh, I can't put a corner mark once I put a digit in there. Okay. Well, that's the 1. So these are consecutive. These two are consecutive. These two are consecutive. These two are consecutive. Hopefully that makes sense. So the red and the light gray are consecutive, but either way, we're fine there. And the purple and the dark gray are consecutive, but they're going to be diagonally from each other as well. So these 3 are those 3, I guess? And we know these 2 are consecutive. Right, these 2 are consecutive, and this one, where's it going to go up here? It's got to be in one of those 2, which means this one can't be neither of those 2. These 2 are going to be the same. Maybe the yellow? My color blindness is going to cause some issues here. But this is going to be yellow. And so the consecutive here means that is one of these 2. It has to be this one. Oy. All right, we'll do the blue, which has to be here then. So what is this one then? The red? This has to be the red. Which we know... So we're going to have green or gray on here. I want to show that this is green. How can I do that? Can I prove that that's green? Green is consecutive to orange and red. Well, we know that green and blue are 3 and 7. So the 7 has to be down here either way. Because if green is 7, it has to be that one, and if blue is 7, it has to be this one. So the 7 is down here either way. But I don't know that that's going to help us much. Yellow. So the 5 is up here. All right, maybe we need to look over here some more. Let's look over here. So we've got the orange, we've got the purple and the green. What about, what can this be? It can't be orange or green or purple or yellow or red or gray. So it's got to be one of these three, okay? If it's this one, you're going to have a red in one of those two. And a dark gray. Right? No. No. See, now my notation is messing me up. I'm thinking of this as a 5. This is not a 5. 4, 3. This is 2 or 8, and this is 1 or 9. Okay, we've got 1 and 9 here. So if this is gray, it can't be gray. This can't be light gray, and it also can't be the white here. This can't be either of those because it has to be the hinge or the middle of the 3 consecutive digits. And the 1 or the 9 cannot be. So this can't be either of those, can't be any of those. It can't be purple, can't be orange, and it can't be green. It has to be the blue, which then means you have to have the yellow and the dark gray up here. Because those, we know, are part of a sequence there. And so and the dark gray, we said, was consecutive to the purple. And the blue. Okay, well, this one has to be right here, right? And this is the... So we've got... Do we have some... Yeah, these are like stacks of 3, kind of. These are 3, 7. This is 3 or 7. I suspect that this 7 is going to do something up here. I just can't quite... So one of these is 3 or 7. The other one is right there. I want to put the green there, but I'm trying to figure out how to make that be the green. This is the orange or the green. Okay, well, we know that these 3 are right there and are right over here. And this one is consecutive to the purple and the blue, so it's fine anywhere over here. This one is consecutive to the yellow, so it can't go there. So this has to be one of the grays. This one is consecutive to the red, so it's fine. That was the wrong... There we go. Wrong gray. Okay, let's imagine this is the red for a second. This is going to be red, light gray, and green. Okay, and if it's this one, that's the red. It's going to be red, light gray, and green. And we know that the light gray and the red, green, yeah, so it's fine either way. And the green can't be next to the orange, but it's not going to be. And then we'd have orange, purple, dark gray. Or orange, purple, dark gray. And the yellow, these two are consecutive to that one, so that's okay. Okay, well, let's look at this. These two, the blue, I believe, has to be up here. Okay, and the blue is consecutive to the yellow and the dark gray, right? So if it was here, that would be yellow or dark gray, but that seems like it's okay. Okay, these three are going to be red and the white and the blue. Red, white, and blue. This cannot be, this has to be the red or the white up here. I don't know how to mark, I can't mark white. Anyway, this is red or white. Now, are either of those a problem next to the blue? Nope. What about... The white can't be next to the yellow. So that would force yellow and gray. Shoot. Thought I was doing really good there at the beginning, too. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This, oh, never mind. Okay. I'm getting my colors mixed up. Yep, that's what I'm doing. All right, this is 2 or 8. These are, I was thinking this was the same as this one for a second, but it's not. This one is up here. The colors are confusing me. Okay, so there's a 3-7 and a 4-6 up here. Well, right. Okay. If this is... Okay, I should have seen this. If this is green, it's the 3, right? It can't be a 7. if this is the orange, it can't be a 6 because it would be consecutive to a 7. So if this is orange, it's a 4. If it's green, it's a 3. This is 4, 1, 3, 2, 8, 7, 6, 9, 4, 4, 7. Ugh. I really should have seen that. I should have seen that. Okay. That's frustrating. Okay, so these are 1 or 6. And these are 2 and 5, which makes this an 8. Yep, that's what we have, 8. Therefore, this is a 7. This is a 7. These are 3 or 4. The 1, 6 there, this is a 9. All right. These are 1, 6, and 9, and this one can't be 9. This is a 3, this is a 2, and this is a 4. That's frustrating. Okay, if this does not have a 1, this would be 2, 3, 4, 5. This would have to be the 4 with a 3, 5 down here. That would work. But if it was... Okay, if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, the 3 would have to be there, then the 4, and the 5. Okay, that works. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, this would have to... This could... Yeah, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, this can't be 1 because it's next to a 2. It can't be 2. It can't be 3 because it's next to a 2, and it can't be a 4. Excuse me, so it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to be 2, 3, 4, 5. This has to be the 3 and the 4 and the 5 because the 3 can't be there, it'd be consecutive. 3 can't be there. 4 can't be here. There we go. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5. I think, let me fill these in. These are 3 and 5, and then I'm actually going to get rid of the colors because we've done everything we can with the colors. I'm going to get rid of our pen stuff. I think it's just going to distract. There we go. Okay. So these are 1, 2, and 9. This one can't be 2. That one can't be 9. And that one can't be 1. Is there anything else we can do with consecutive stuff? We know these are 2, 1, or 5, 6 in some order. Okay. So now that we've got that break in, hopefully things will be a little bit easier. So there's a 7 up here. If this is 7, this would have to be 6 or 8. Seems okay. These are 2, 7, and 9. If this is 9, this would have to be 8. Which wouldn't work. If this is 9, this is a 2, this is a 7. This would be 9, 8, 7. The 8 and the 7 would be next to each other. That can't be a 9. Could it be a 2? This would have to be 1 or 3. That would be a 7. It would have to be a 1. It would have to be 2, 1 because of the 3 down here. If this was a 2, this would be a 1. So it's either 2, 1, or it's 7 with a 6 or an 8. Okay. Not super helpful. One of these two is a 9. So that can't be an 8 either way. That's 6 and 8. 8's up there. It's down here. Okay, these... You can't put a 2 in any of those, but you can put a 2 anywhere there. 7 has to be in one of these two. Because of the 7's up there and down there. 4. Oh, 4's right there. I was going to say 4 is the same way, but never mind. There is a 4 up here. There's 3 and a 5 down here. 3, 5, 3, 5. And there's a 4 in one of those two. So wherever the 4 is, you can't put a 3 or a 5 below it. So one of these two will not be able to be a 3 or a 5. This one is a 3 or a 5. And then one of these two kind of kitty corner from wherever the 4 is. And wherever that 3, 5 is will give us a 3, 5 pair. So, I mean, we've pretty much done everything we can with the Renban at this point. It's just normal Sudoku and non-consecutive, which is interesting. So one of these is a 7. Those is a 7. Just wondering where's the best place to look. Okay, I'm going to look at this row. We've got the 3, 5 pair. We've got the 4, 7, 9. This is 1, 2, 6, and 8. This can't be 8. This is 1, 3, 5, and 9. This one can't be 3 or 5 because of the 4 and the 6. So it's a 1 or a 9. We get a 1, 9 pair. So these are 3 and 5. We can't put the 1 and 2 next to each other, but one of them's over here anyway. So this is going to be a 6 and an 8 and a 1 or a 2. Oh, the 3 right there. Look at that. 5, 3. This is not 6. This is not 2. That's not 2. There we go. That's what we needed. The 2, 9. Thought that was going to give us more than that. Oh, but the 7 here. Put the 7 right there, which means this is not 8, so the 8 is right there. Now we have a 1, 2 pair. That makes this a 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. Okay, these are 1, 2, 6, 8, and 9. These can't be 6. This can't be 8 because it's next to a 7. This can't be 8 because it's next to a 7. So we have a 1, 2, 9 triple. These are 3 and 8, and the 8 right there makes that pretty easy. That makes this a 6. So this is not 6 or 2 because it's next to a 3. This is not 2 because it's next to a 3. These can't be 8s because there's an 8 right up here. So the 8 is right there. Puts an 8 up there. Which means you can't put a 9 next to an 8, obviously. 2, 6, 9. 6 is over here. Okay, what's up here? These are 1, 2, 4, and 9, I believe. This can't be 2 or 4 next to the 3, which gives us a 1, 2, 9, so the 4 has to be up there. And that finally fixes this. 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 4. There we go. Now, what's up here? 1, 2, 5, and 9. This can't be 1 or 5. This one can't be 2. This can't be 5 because it's next to a 6. Can't be 9 because of the 9 over here. Oh, so this is the 5. Yeah, this is the 5. It's the only option for 5 because the 5 can't be at the top and it can't be next to the 6. So this is the 5. So these are 1, 2, 9. I don't see why those don't all work. There is a 6 down here. We already knew that. Okay, 5, 5. There's a 5 over here. It can't be next to the 6. So these are actually, let's just do 1, 2, 3, 5 is what these are. This one can't be the 5. Okay. What about up here? 2, 6, 8, 9. This can't be 6. That one can't be 8. It also can't be 6 because of the 5. This is 1, 4, 7, 9. This can't be 4. It also can't be 1. It's next to a 2. This can't be 7. Ah, the 8 is in one of these two, which means you can't put the 9 in the other one. They would be next to each other. So we have a 2-9 pair, making this an 8 and a 6. And the 8 makes this a 2, and 9, and 1, and 2, and 2, and 9, and 1. And these are not 9 or 2. That's a 1-6 pair, so you get 2 and 9. Now we're really flying. All right, 1, 3, and 5. These are not 1. Those are 4, 7, and 9. This can't be 7 or 9 because it's next to an 8. So 4, 9, 7. This can't be a 3 because it's next to a 4. The 9 there gives us a 2, making that a 5 and a 3 and a 1 and a 9. This 5 is going to give us 3 and 5, and I think we are nearing completion now. We got a 1-6 pair. That's a 9. All right, so what's left in the column here? Well, this is not 3, 5, so that's 3, 5, and the 5 there gives us the 3 and the 5, which means the 4 is there. These are 2 and 7, and the 7 and 2 to the left will give us the order of those. These are 6 and 9, and the 9 over there will give us those, 1 and 6. That fixes the 1 and 6 there. This is an 8, and the last digit is a 1. Looks good to me. Timer stopped. All right. I feel pretty good about that. That was a 4-star rated Phistomefel, and I did it in 50 minutes, under an hour. I think that's good. Now, the CTC app only checks normal Sudoku rules, so if I have any consecutive issues, it wouldn't have told me, but I'm pretty confident that's the solution, and I will double check. If you don't see a future Scott jumping in here, then that must be the right solution. And yeah, let me know what you thought of that puzzle. Were you able to figure out the break-in in here? Did you spot the cell up here where it was either 3, 7 or 4, 6, and I knew it couldn't be a 7, but it didn't occur to me that because of the consecutive, it couldn't be a 6. So that gave us the high-low kind of parity figured out in the middle here. Very cool puzzle. It's a neat idea to do two kind of conflicting constraints, right? Like, the Renban is forcing consecutive digits to be at least near each other on the same line, and then the non-consecutive is forcing the consecutive digits to not be near each other. And so there's this constant, tug-of-war going on where one of them is putting them close and one of them is pushing them away. Very neat idea. So, not surprisingly, it was a great puzzle from Phistomefel. Thank you for that puzzle, Phistomefel. And let me know what you guys thought in the comments. And be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with another puzzle. Thanks. Bye.